Hey everyone, Noble Comics here, talking about a hot story by Mr. Rich Johnston on Bleeding Cool, your most trusted comic book information site. So, we got DC Comics having this tournament, basically, letting the readers vote to see what should be published, which is a pretty cool idea that I'll talk about more here in a second. But the main point of this all, as you can see here, is we have Justice League Queer, and Rich Johnston here predicting that the votes for this will wipe the floor with everything else. We're basically voting for which of these gets published, voting whether or not Justice League Queer gets published among these other things. So let's look over everything that's on the books. What are we voting on? Green Lantern's Underworld on Fire. Green Lantern story. Etta Candy Holiday Hero. Not familiar, but all-girl agency sworn to protect, yada yada. Braven the Bug. Ambush Bug. Zatanna. Lobo. Son of the Creeper. Justice League Queer. Robin's paws off the Justice League, which just, my soul just died a little reading that. Jesse Quick. Blue Beetle. Night Runner. Love in Paris. And this is the Muslim Batman, I think. Swamp Thing, Suicide Squad, The Last Amazon, Superman, and Lois. So most of these, I'd say, garbage, don't want it, which is probably why they're leaving it up to here. But Lobo and Animal Man, maybe that might be good. Green Lantern might be good. So, there's maybe some actual stories here. A lot of it, like you see, SJW nonsense. What am I else? Justice League Queer, paws off Justice League. So, but of course, this is the one drawing most of the talk. Justice League Queer. 8 queer superheroes, doing some investigations, and just immediately, okay, so this has nothing to do with the story itself. It literally does not matter what the plot is. Because you've told me that that's not your focus. Your focus is the fact that they're queer. That's really what you care about. It's just going to be some D-plot nonsense to show off some gay characters. Whatever. Art's going to be garbage, story's going to be garbage, but there's gay people in it, so you should vote for it. And they're doing a tournament-style vote. I would really love for this thing to get nuked. And maybe an actual quality story gets picked instead of this garbage. But, how often does that actually happen nowadays? But that's what we're dealing with. Justice League Queer. This is, hot on the heels of the Queer Captain America. And over the past 4 years at this point, if you're familiar with the trend, every single superhero, every single mainstream character is getting turned queer or turned into a woman or something like that. So eventually we'll have enough that we could do like queer Justice League maybe versus queer Avengers, something like that. I think we're just about there. Do a crossover like that. But stupid idea. Thought that was funny. Now, what's not funny, not fun, as you boys might say, is this tournament style. And actually might be fun, but I think it's an interesting idea. I think it sort of draws from maybe that crowdfunding influence where the fans have a lot more input in the story and they have a lot more input in the production. Though I know it's not new for crowdfunding to do that. I know back in the Cartoon Network or early Adult Swim days, Nickelodeon days, the fans, got to vote on shows. They'd show shorts and the fans could vote which becomes a full show. Stuff like that. So it's a cool idea for sure, and I think that this should be a trend that continues on into the future. Let the fans decide what they want to read. Now, who's to say who's voting, who's actually hearing about this and having access to it? But it's not a bad plan. put up 20 stories against each other and let the SJW garbage be destroyed in the polls. Publish good stuff and watch your sales actually increase. Let the fans actually have a voice in what gets published. So, I think that that's a pretty good plan. And you can cast your votes now, folks, it looks like. And Justice League Queer is leveled. I don't even know what that means. I'm gonna guess that means destroying it, maybe. Which Robins, I mean, no one should be interested in that. But it's an interesting idea. I'd like to see that continue for both Marvel and DC. But you know what? Let's take a look. How's the vote going? Let's open that in the tab. Oh, it's a Twitter poll. That's even better. Okay. Where's my vote? Huh. Look at that. So Robins, which is, I don't know, one of the most boring stories I could think of. You know, not to be a Robin hater, but he's a side character, right? He's a sidekick. And while little sidekick stories can be interesting, why would I want a full book about sidekicks? I'm there to see Batman. But that's funny. It looks like Justice League Queer might be out of the running before it even starts. But it'll be interesting to see which one of these comes out on top. Keep an eye on it. Let me know what you got. And before I forget, don't forget to check out the Noble Comics store. You can get it right here at Teespring, or you can go through the noblecomicspublishing.com website, and that'll bring you to the store as well. Pick up some merch. I got the Noble Comics as well as some Cardinal merch out. And I'll see you guys in the next one.